Hey, this is a book review for Mistborn, which is written by Brandon Sanderson. You enter a barren world where mist and ashfall are a common occurrence. The idea that there is such a thing as green trees and grass and all of that is such a weird idea for most of the people who are living in this world. So at the beginning of this book, it has been 1,000 years since the Lord Ruler defeated this evil force called the Deepness that would have ended all life and basically united all lands to create the final empire. Soon after this, the Lord Ruler segregated society into two main factions. Basically, one is the nobles and the second one are the Saka. The nobles are people who basically run the economy and own plantations that the Saka work on. So the Saka are basically more or less slaves. He created the segregation to reward people who supported him in the formation of the final empire and to punish people who didn't support him. So you take your first few steps into this world with a 16-year-old girl named Ven who works with the thieving crew that's basically trying to scam the government off of some money. Insane events lead her to meet this dude named Kelser who is basically a Mistborn, and what that means is that he can digest metals and their alloys and use that power to affect the environment around him. So shortly after that, the girl finds herself in the midst of this movement that's trying to overthrow the Lord Ruler and the government. Okay, so there are two main reasons in my opinion that makes this book so awesome. One of them being is how well the characters' abilities are explained. Allomancy is basically, I hope I said that right, basically is the ability to digest metals and use them to affect the environment around you by burning them. So most people don't have this ability at all. Some can only burn one metal, but there are others who can burn multiple metals, which make them super powerful, and they're called Mistborns. I seriously had moments when I was reading this book when I stopped and went, wow, that is fucking awesome, because the abilities that these dudes have are like, it's so much fun. This book is so much fun to read, and there are like huge sections in the book where I couldn't stop smiling while I was reading it. The other reason that makes this book such a success is having a great cast of characters. They range from super serious to just outright funny and hilarious. All of this is complemented by a great writing style that is easy to read and just fun. This is a fun book to read. So basically the only negative thing that I found in this book, or that was negative to me, is that the writer should have fleshed out the final empire more. The final empire is basically split up into 9 dominances, and granted that most of the events happen in the central dominance, but you barely know anything about the rest of the other dominances, like what kind of people live there, whether their culture. Like, he doesn't show these differentiations in the book, but that's really just sort of nitpicking because this book is really awesome. I'm glad that I read this book because it sort of gave me hope in the fantasy genre that there are people out there who are writing awesome stuff. So basically, go out and read this book. It's a 5 out of 5. Peace.